Thank you very much, Deputy Sullivan, and thank you very much, Minister, for sharing the time with me. I have to commend you on Housing for All, Minister. Probably one of the most ambitious plans we've seen in the history of this state. It's a huge plan, both in terms of volume, aspiration, but more importantly in terms of the money and real commitment that this government has put behind it. I think you've energised the plan yourself, and I think the great thing about Housing for All, it isn't set in stone. It's very much an evolving plan, and we've seen that at several stages over the past year, how you've been willing to tweak it and willing to make amendments to it and give the plan itself better momentum. It has to be said that there is almost a revolution in social housing right across the country. For example, in Longford at the moment, we will very shortly be handing out the keys to the what was previously the Sean O'Hara site on Richmond Street, which was previously an unused derelict garage site on a corner, and it's going to be completely transformed. 14 new, fully accessible, fully designed houses for the disabled members of our community. Fantastic development. And then we can only have to go out to Balnamuck in North Longford, where we have 12, again, similarly built houses designed for people with old age, disability, mobility issues, and that really cuts to the heart of what social housing is. And I think at the core of Housing for All is a commitment to help those people who have struggled over many, many years, and we make no bones about that. People have struggled to get into housing, but I think for the first time there's an ambitious plan, but more importantly we have a minister that's delivering on that plan, and I think it's great to see. And I think probably the greatest tribute to you, Minister, is that some of your greatest critics are now actually buying into the plan, and you'll see that with the numerous PQs that you're getting in relation to Creena Conaha and Help to Buy scheme. And I think it's a measure of the esteem that many in this House are now attributing to you, that they acknowledge, albeit under the cloak of a PQ, that your actually plan is right. Not only is it right, but your plan is also working. And I think Creena Conaha, I don't think there's a county councillor or anybody in politics in this country who over the past 20 years hasn't been besieged by people saying, please do something about the dereliction. Do something about these houses across the country in rural Ireland that have lain empty and idle for the last 20, sometimes 30 years. And suddenly we've got Creena Conaha. And exactly what was wanted. Very simple to apply for. All you need to do is be a first-time buyer, and lo and behold, Sinn Féin say that's not going to work. And the only reason they say it's not going to work is because it's your plan, Minister, and it's a Housing for All plan. But it is going to work, and we can see that in every county council across the country at the minute, where they have large numbers of expressions of interest in Creena Conaha. And I'm delighted that you are extending it out to rural Ireland, and it is going to be a game changer for rural Ireland, and it is most welcome. Help to Buy, great initiative, and again, if Sinn Féin had their way, it would be dismantled and thrown to one side. So many families have benefited from Help to Buy, and maybe the one thing where we might find unity with Sinn Féin is that maybe you would look at maybe extending it to pre-owned home for first-time buyers, because suddenly I think there is a realisation that the plan is working, Minister, and maybe they want to buy into it, which is most welcome, because I know you're not a glory hunter and you'll share in the success of this plan, and ultimately everyone in this House wants to get people housed, and I think everybody is finally coming to the realisation and starting to admit that we finally have a plan that is going to get people housed. Richard Boyd Barrett has stepped out, but I was amazed I saw him on the plinth earlier today calling for us to raid the rainy day fund to buy houses where people are at notice to quit for HAP and RAS. And I was delighted to hear you say that you've been doing that since July, Minister, which is most welcome. And not only have you been doing it since July, but you've I think, added 300 houses to the local authority housing stock. So not only are you preemptive, but you're reactionary, and when you're seeing the issues, Minister, you're tackling them head on. So I think it's very much a case that Housing for All is working. It is going to work. It's going to deliver on its key objectives. As I said, it's probably the most ambitious plan that we've seen in this country since the foundation of the state. It required a strong minister, a determined minister, a minister who was prepared to roll up his sleeves, and you're certainly doing that. And we're starting to see momentum building behind this plan, Minister, and I commend your work to date. And as I say, I'm delighted to see all sides of the House now rolling in behind and seeing the virtues of Housing for All. Thank you.